Hello and welcome to the OverShadow ShadowCast with your host Thomas Anderson and returning, triumphant tech wizard Abigail Moore.
Hello. It makes me sound like I went somewhere. I didn't. Our schedules just clashed.
All I know is that you were not where I was.
Yeah, because shock surprise, I have a life.
And
I've got work.
And in the grand context, if you're not in my eyeball range, you don't really exist.
So I don't exist unless I'm here.
Yeah. See all that other stuff, that's just background filler to make you interesting. Doesn't actually happen. Have you seen, is it Dylan Thomas who did a poem about how a young child thinks that the world is carted away when he goes to sleep by eagles or owls?
I have no idea.
Like yeah. Well, the owls have returned you.
That's an interesting segment. Thank you for that.
That's the only poem
I apologise.
Yeah, as you should.
I apologise for his weirdness. And his weird quotes.
Hey, I said it might be. So, we'll not get straight into it because we went on a wee segue about owls. Let's get into it now.
You went on a segue.
I am the
Stop
chair.
dragging me into this.
I am the chair.
No, stop dragging me into this.
I am the chair.
So?
My word is law.
We've been through this again. No, it's not.
Order.
Ah.
Order. I'm hitting my own fist, woman. If that's hurting you, I've got some serious force.
The shockwaves.
Exactly. Or it's just really loud. It's hurting your ears.
Yeah.
So, what have you been playing? Dearest tech wizard.
I have returned to GTA 3. And it's still boring.
You took a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, so I was watching some sort of dance you were doing there.
That doesn't explain why you took a break from GTA 3. Why did
I
you
thought
take a
you
break?
meant
Listen, yes,
halfway through that sentence.
You did a dance once and I was so traumatised I had to stop playing GTA 3.
So I think last time I was still stuck on Stop dancing.
Sorry.
I was stuck on a level where I had to... mission. Where I had to collect evidence.
From the cars.
Yeah,
yes,
I was able to do that after a lot of failed attempts of me starting to yell at my television.
You were able to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I sounded like a crazy person while doing it because I just kept yelling at the television when I couldn't do it. I was like...
To be honest, I think that you would be less crazy if you hadn't yelled at a television, considering the modern age.
Yeah, it was just so annoying. It was... The police cars in that mission are just horrendous to try and combat. Once they've gotten you trapped, you're might as well just restarting it because it's just so difficult to get away from them. Plus they try and pin you in. And the cars explode really easily. Yeah. They explode. Just breathing on it, it will explode. Explode. So that was not fun.
So you got through it.
I got through it.
What was your technique? How did you
find the fastest, most stable car and just do it as fast as possible, basically.
So what did you use?
I don't know, some sports car in it. The land, I think it's called a Landstalker. I'm never using one of those cars again because they have the worst control.
I'd be a 4x4, right?
Yeah, they're I think they're also called I think in the real world, I think they're called a Land Cruiser as well. It's quite a big 4x4, like 4x4 family car kind of thing.
Yeah.
They are horrendous to drive in that game because there's no control. You slip once and you're just spinning out of control. During that mission, I flipped 3 of them.
Yeah, because they're top heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a nightmare. I'm never driving one of those again.
Yeah. Cars like that are in the later games, obviously, but they're not quite as bad to drive.
Yeah.
Although you do still with Vice City and occasionally with San Andreas, you do get one of those vehicles where it does feel like it's
There's no control.
There's a weird arrangement. Like there's some storage of steel bars and helium, and they're the wrong way around. You know, like the steel bars are on top and the helium's at the bottom, and you just feel the car wanting to flip because of it.
Yeah, but it was driving me so crazy. And then I'm trying to remember. I think I completed another mission after that, and then I can't remember what mission I'm stuck on now. I just blanked it from my memory.
What mission did you complete other than?
I'm trying to remember now. I think I'm now working for some guy in the city, like a mayor or something like that.
Oh, is that the naked guy who keeps getting massages?
No.
Oh, right.
Guy
that's GTA 4.
This guy his symbol on the map is a D. And
right.
He was in a gym when I first met him, and I had to go rescue an elderly. In the words of GTA 3, I think they say Oriental gentleman.
Right. Okay.
So that's their words, not mine.
Elderly Asian dude.
Yes. So I need to infiltrate the Colombian hideout in the city.
Right, okay.
I've probably gotten all that wrong.
I don't remember Colombians being in the city, but they might be.
Staunton Island, anyway.
Staunton.
Yeah. So I need to infiltrate them and try and get this guy out, and I just keep getting shot at and dying.
Oh my god, the look in your face there. Such depression. I keep getting shot at and dying.
It's just because, it's one of these things where I just don't want to go back to it.
I think you're near the end. I'm going to look up.
No, I'm not. I looked up how many missions are. There's a lot more, apparently. The one I found said there was a lot more.
No, I think it's worth playing. The thing is that the game mechanics don't make it that easy.
I know, I just feel like I'm fighting every car I'm in, basically.
What about the shooting?
The shooting I find impossible because I just can't lock on to anything. It just seems to decide when it's going to work and when it isn't.
Maybe you're out of range.
Well, I don't want to get any closer to them. What point is that?
So it will lock on.
In real life, you don't have to go up to a person like 3 feet away before a gun lock on them.
It should be locking on within about 10, 15, 20 feet.
No.
No, alright. What about just a...
Bomb.
Grenades, rocket launcher?
I don't know. I have not tried that yet. I just feel like it's such a time-consuming game because as soon as you finish a mission, you need to go back to the ammo store and get another shield, like an extra health bar, and then you also need to go back to the hospital, get your health back, and then go and save it before you start another mission.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They took that out mercifully later on.
Yeah, but I just feel like, okay, at least now I've memorized where the hospital is and the ammo store. And okay, now I know where I'm going.
Yeah, it gets easier because with Vice City and San Andreas, it becomes not such a big deal when you lose all your weapons.
I feel like I'm somebody. I feel like sometimes I'm somebody that has an accident-prone friend. I need to memorize where all these locations were. Okay, the hospital's that way.
Actually, do you know what you are? You're an expectant dad, and you're waiting for the wife to go into labour. Like,
so you're planning the route.
All the routes are
planning
ready.
the routes, prepping the bags.
Yeah.
All the doctor's numbers.
Yeah, and then you take out a Tech 9 and go outside.
Has to cut the umbilical cord.
Yeah. I need a lock on. I need a lock on here.
Yeah, but I had to do a mission where I had to shoot somebody down in a boat.
Shoot someone down in a boat as
someone was in a blue boat, and they were fishing with a bomb. And
they were fishing with bomb?
Yeah, a bomb. You never heard, like, bomb fishing? You chuck a bomb into the water and it kills fish.
Mm-hmm.
There was an actual funny moment in that.
It's not
because
a bomb. It's a grenade or dynamite. It's not.
It goes kaboom.
face. It goes kaboom.
It goes kaboom. And then, so therefore it's a bomb.
Okay. Explosive. Let's agree on that.
You can't just let me have it, can you?
It's an explosive bomb. Kaboom.
Deep breaths.
Kaboom.
So anyway, I was chasing this guy down in a boat, and I accidentally pressed the button to sort of leave the boat, like the triangle button.
So you were in your own boat?
Yes, I was in my own boat.
Running away from you.
Yeah,
in
so
his
you
boat.
can see into the cabin.
Right.
And so I'm like driving away in my little boat, trying to shoot this guy down, and I accidentally pressed the triangle button, which is to sort of like to leave a car, to leave a boat. I'm like, no, don't go in the water. And then, but he didn't. He sort of just like adjusted about, and then there must have been a glitch or something like that. And then he was just like on the floor, like lying down, and I thought he had gotten shot. So I was like, oh, but it's like. It doesn't say like mission failed, so I was like, what happens if I just try to drive? And it was and he was like on the floor, but I was still able to do it.
So he was lying
Yeah,
down
he was like
on the
he was
boat.
glitched, I think, halfway also into the steering wheel, but he was like on the floor.
So he was horizontal.
It looked like he was dead.
Right, so he was horizontally driving the boat.
Yes.
Not
that made me laugh a little bit, and he was just like juttering about every time I tried to get him back up.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, because I hate the boat missions, and even up till 5, I just think they don't do it properly.
It's just that, again, the driving mechanic is almost completely different, because you can't really reverse in a boat.
No.
You can, but it's very, very slow.
How difficult is it to shoot while you're in the boat?
Very difficult, because you're pressing the X button as well as the square button to shoot and drive at the same time.
Right.
I don't know if there's another way to do it, but that's the only way I know of. And you also have to make sure that, I mean, I think, unless you're very good at anticipating as to where this boat is going to go, you need to play it at least once, maybe fail that time, so that you get a good idea where this boat's going to go, because it's anticipating where the boat's going to go that you're going to shoot, not where it is. Mm-hmm. So you need to predict.
That's a good point. Yeah, because in... what about when it comes to the bounciness?
The bouncy.
Of the waves.
The
when it comes to moving the boat, or does it just magically cut through them?
No, it actually has turbulence, so you go up and down, down. So yeah, it's almost like you could feel how, because I've been on a boat like at that speed, so I it's like brings me back to just how like almost like I'm sort of juttering as well.
Because whenever it comes to a boat mission, I always try and find a way to stay on land, if I can.
Well, I found out I could actually beach myself in the boat, but if I go out the boat and come back, the boat's gone.
Yeah, so that's not great.
I got from Staunton to the first island. I can't remember, Portland. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh no, I need to go back to Staunton. And I went to go back in my boat, and the boat was gone. I was like, oh no, I need to go the long way around.
Yeah, the boat will reef.
Yeah, but I thought maybe it would just stay there.
Oh no, if you beach it, it's not going to get off the beach, is it?
No, but I thought it would stay there for more than 10 seconds.
No, because it might count it as destroyed if you've beached it, because you can't get it back off the beach.
Oh, okay.
But no, I like to try and find a way of chucking a grenade or satchel charge or sniping someone if I need to do something where they're in a boat rather than get in one myself.
I don't know if that's actually... No, because the guy was driving about, so...
No, because it's even harder in 5 because the turbulence is way worse.
Yeah.
And you can only use tiny wee guns that don't do any damage, because it's much harder to destroy vehicles in 5. Way harder. In fact, it's nearly impossible. So, but also you can swim. So sometimes I'll try to get out of the boat, right?
Yeah.
So that I can stand on it and use it as a platform to use an assault rifle. But he automatically, 50% of the time, if you fight it, will throw himself into the water.
I really wish they had put the swimming mechanic into this game, because the amount of times I have been run off the road into the water, and then like, right, restart.
San Andreas.
Into the water, restart.
San Andreas.
And into the water, restart.
San Andreas.
And into the water, throw the remote at the television.
San Andreas is where the swimming mechanic comes in.
No, I have San Andreas. Did I say that's one of the ones I got? I can't remember.
Vice City.
Vice City. Or what did I call it? Miami Vice the first time.
Miami Vice. Grand Theft Auto Miami Vice.
That'd be fun if they actually made one like that.
That's basically is it. It's Miami Vice, but from the other side. Yeah, it's San Andreas is where the mechanic comes in. It's shark attacks is the explanation for the fact that you can't swim in GTA 3 and Vice City.
Seriously? But there's no sharks. I don't see any sharks. I'm literally just like, oh, there I go. I'm in water.
And he starts to flail around?
No, he's just like...
Oh, right, you see in Vice City they had him flail around.
I can't remember if he actually flails around because I've not really gone in... I think I went in once as myself to see if I could swim to Stoughton Island, like right at the very beginning, because I think it was you or Brian suggested I try that. And I just drowned. But each time other than that, it's literally just been in a car. Been run off the road by the police.
I think you might be able to get out of the car.
No.
You can't, no.
No, because literally it's like, whew, and I'm like, okay, in midair, I'm not going to get out of the car, am I?
You should try.
And then watch him fall into the water as well.
Yeah, see? See? Now you're learning.
Right, I'll try, and then I'll phone you and yell at you, that didn't work.
Well, it's not supposed to help you survive, it's so you can see yourself drown.
Well, I'll just throw myself into the water.
Well, that's the solution too. Yeah, it's...
Because I think it's been about 2 weeks since I've actually played it.
It's the game mechanics. It's a really, really great game. It's just if you play it further on down the line when you know they've already fixed these problems with other games, it's a bit tedious, you know?
It is super tedious, this game.
Yeah, but it's one of the best games ever made, so...
Just because it's good to some people doesn't mean it's good to others.
Aye, alright. Want some iced tea with that?
No.
No, it's a good game. It's just got its tedious elements.
Yeah, but to certain people it's a fun game, and to other people it won't be a fun game.
No, I'm talking about objectively. It's one of the best games, not subjectively. It's not. I didn't say it was the most popular. But it's about it's to do with the fact that you're learning to play games, and this has quite a lot of tedious elements of silliness in it.
Yes. Is there just 2 islands, or is there more than 2 islands?
I think there's a third one with an airport.
Oh no!
There's not much. Like half that island is airport, so it's not that much.
I don't want to play it anymore.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
Take your medicine.
Can't make me. You can't make me.
Don't try me, woman.
I'll try you. I accept your challenge. Try and make me.
I am the chair. I am the chair.
Try and make me play GTA 3.
Okay. Oh, well,
Try.
Challenge accepted.
Try.
No, not right now. I have my ways. I have my means. But
How?
the chair will respond to this test. I am the chair.
And fail miserably. You will fail.
Do you have anything else to add about GTA 3's awesome excellenceness?
It's pointless to constantly have to go to ammo stores and to hospitals and then save it.
No, you're right, but those are tediousnesses that they fix.
And the ridiculousness of the lad stalker tipping just by looking at it.
Yeah, they do manage to work their way around that as well.
And the minibus is being so slow.
You know how when the car's upside down, it explodes in GTA 3?
Yeah, that's horrible, trying to get out of it, especially when it's like...
Blows up that
like,
quickly, yeah. But in later...
People in your way, you can't get out.
In GTA 5, when the car's upside down, it doesn't explode. That doesn't happen anymore. They got rid of that, I think, before. But you can tip it. Even if it's upside down, you just steer and it tips it back over.
Alright. Too bad I'm not playing GTA 5, I'm playing GTA 3.
Look, I'm just trying to give you hope.
There is no hope.
If you don't finish 3, you're a lost cause. You can do it.
Still won't make me play it.
Alright, well then.
I'll play other things.
Come on, what's next?
What?
Do you have any other feedback on GTA 3?
No.
Okay.
I'm bored of it, but I'll have to keep playing it, I guess. But he won't make me.
The chair has spoken!
He won't make me. If I come back next week and I've not played it... Shrug shoulders. I just realised I did that and you won't be able to see me do that. shrugs shoulders.
The chair has spoken. The chair has spoken.
The chair is annoying.
The chair has spoken. And I don't mean the
Is
sort
this
of
a chair from Beauty and the Beast?
I don't know. It's not the sort of chair that Clint Eastwood talks to.
I don't understand that reference.
He did a political speech, I think, at a Republican conference by questioning Obama.
Oh,
To an
wait.
empty chair.
Yes, I do remember this now, yes.
I mean, artistically, I'm sure it was amazing, but it's also insane.
Sounds like it.
So,
Tommy, what have you been playing?
video games. Let's move on to the news.
Would you like to be more specific?
Video games I own.
Do these video games have a name?
Yes.
What are the names of these games?
Really good.
They're all called really good?
No, the names are really good.
I asked you what are they called, not
No,
what
you
do you
never.
think of the
You
title.
asked me what are the names, and I said they are really good.
What are they called? And don't say video games again.
Usually by their names.
I'm not coming back next week. This is just going to be his show for the rest of the time.
The time. You just mean time.
Yeah.
The rest of the time.
The rest of the time.
The rest of the time that the universe exists.
Yeah.
I have been playing several games. Last week I spoke about how I had this new shiny TV and I was figuring out how everything works.
Yes.
And I'd only tried GTA 5.
Yes.
So I've gone back and I've tried a few other games.
Yeah, because you talked about that you got Brian in to have a look at it.
Yes, I did. I got Brian in to have a look at it.
Yeah.
Because
you didn't believe that your TV was working properly.
Yeah, it turns out my TV was
See, I
pretty
listened.
good.
I listened.
You listened,
I listened
did you?
to it. Well, watched it.
Well,
What's this before? I did watch it.
so I guess a little quiz would be in order.
No, I don't have that good of a memory. Try it, see if I actually get it.
Okay then. What was the name of the woman who started the Kofi campaigns for the Telltale employees? First name will do.
Oh, I don't know.
Emily. You have failed.
I don't know names. I told you I've got a bad memory. I remembered that bit, didn't I?
What's the gender of the God of War director?
Male?
With such confidence! Male? Is that a gender?
I'm aware that's a gender.
Did I get it right? Am I close? So, male. So,
Go slap yourself for me.
oh, right, sorry, hold on.
Thank you.
Where was I?
Oh, I don't know.
Right, so,
Television.
yes, so I went back and I tried a little bit more GTA so that I could try looking at other things rather than just trees. And my victims.
What?
When I tested it, I did a mission, so I wasn't looking at everything. I was just looking at the ground, and I was looking at the trees, and I was
Yeah,
looking
but you
at
said victims. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
because in Grand, I don't know if you, maybe this is where you're going wrong, but in Grand Theft Auto games you do a lot of murdering. Although in fairness,
I don't actually.
In fairness, a lot of those people are shooting back, so I'm not entirely sure if you'd call it a murder.
Self-defense.
Well, no, not even that. You could just argue that it's
Vigilante.
killing. Anyway, so where were we?
Television.
So I went back to have a look at some of the faces of the people walking by in the shop fronts and stuff like that, explore it a wee bit more.
Yeah.
And I also went and had a look at Halo 5 and I had a look at the crew. Now, one of the things that shows up is that with GTA, which is an older game, it still looks better, but it shows up a lot more of its visual issues.
Yeah.
Because of its age. So it's 2013, 2014 re-release for Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that it is an older game. Like the faces of the random passers-by are like a mess. They're approaching a Picasso painting level of ridiculousness compared to the actual faces of the characters in the story.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to actually stop and look at any of the other people. But in the shop fronts, they do look better, but you can see the limitations to it. With Halo 5, I had a look at the opening menu screen, and you can see a lot more detail in the opening menu screen. Sort of is a world in the background with a load of UNAC ships floating around.
Right.
That's what I have anyway.
Yeah.
And you can see all the detail of the armour plates on the ships, like how they've welded them together. You can see all the different little weldings.
Cool.
Yeah, and the clouds on the planet look a lot sharper. And then the crew is... doesn't actually look that different, the crew, to be honest with you, the way they've designed the crew. The videos looked a lot better, but that's about it. So I did, and with it comes to the crew, I was playing the crew, and I did some story missions, and I've got back into it, and I've really enjoyed it. I've got my first new cars, so I've now got a a dirt spec and a performance spec for my car, and I've got a couple of extra cars as well, so I've enjoyed that. It turns out that I was telling you that I'm only a full man on certain days of the week. How I was telling you that, again, whoa. Do you know how I was telling you that...
I would actually laugh so hard if your voice broke while you were putting that voice.
Do you know how I was telling you that every time you level up 5 levels, all your cars improve by 25 points. And I was wondering whether or not that would apply to only the cars you currently have. But it looks like it's applied to all the cars and specs that you get later on as well, because none of them were on 100. They apply it to all the cars that you get subsequently, because none of the cars have started on 100. So I think they're applying it to all the cars retrospectively and all the rest of it, or prospectively until you buy them. I don't think it changes the price though. But I've enjoyed the new specs because you have to use them differently. Even a dirt car can't just go off road. It needs dirt tracks, beaches. You can't just plumb through the forest and expect it to work.
Yeah.
I think there's an off-road setting for that. And then there's performance where you just want to be on a... I think that's road. And there's a different one for track, but performance might be track.
Yeah.
But I took a performance off-road, and a car that was doing like 250 down a street was doing 15. It just would not go any faster. And so I like the way that they've actually made that mechanic important.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that you can buy specs, you don't have to have 7 different cars. You can just apply the different spec outfits to the car. So I'm still driving about in my Nissan. So I know how that bad boy handles. So that's quite useful.
Nissans are good.
Yeah.
My first car was a Nissan.
Was it Z230 or something like that?
Who, mine?
No, this one.
I was going to say.
Yeah. But I like the way my Nissan handles. So the other options were, I think, a European power car, not a power car as in it was built for power, but it was like a Merc or a BMW or something.
Yeah.
And then it was a couple of American like Chevrolets or whatever.
Chevy.
Yeah, so I went with the Japanese car.
Yeah.
Just like, I want the best engineered piece of thing I can find. Oh, Japan. Japanese car, I mean, some of their cars are built inside vacuums.
Yeah.
So that the air can cause tiny, like nanometer differences or gaps to appear.
Yeah, I think that I think it was Japan that invented a type of like mini bike, like a motorbike type of thing, like a putt-putt or something, and but they were so cheap that there was no point in fixing it if it broke. It was just more worthwhile to go and get a brand new one. Because they were made for students, with students in mind. I have a vague recollection.
Are you talking about Honda?
I can't remember, but I remember.
You're talking about Honda.
Well, I can't remember, but I remember seeing it somewhere.
These are bikes that were specially designed.
This was a long time ago,
to
though.
Put all of the mechanics on one hand, so that delivery drivers could hold food in the other.
No, I think I saw it on Top Gear or something.
Yeah, it moved into that. It
Yeah.
started off as a scooter.
Yeah.
And they moved it into a delivery bike.
Yeah.
But that's what it's for. That's yeah. I know. I think it's Honda.
Yeah.
And I like.
Honda make good bikes, I think.
Yeah, I really like.
Oh, are you gonna get a Vespa or a Putt or something like that?
No, I was thinking about.
That'd be a good idea.
Just give me a second here. Is it a Nissan GTR? I think it is a Nissan. It's got an amazing. The car I was talking about built in a vacuum, sports car.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. Like, it has readouts telling you the gravity that's being placed on the car.
Yeah.
So when you turn, it gives you a grav readout.
Oh,
of how many G's you're.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's interesting.
You're feeling. Stuff like that. The sort of car where I could just get lost in its computer.
Yeah. I didn't mean to make that noise, by the way. I was like pursing my lips, like trying to figure out what it sounded like. I was trying to make kissy noises.
So, the sort of car I could just get lost in its computer. Oh! Tommy loves his Nissan. Mm-hmm.
I liked my Nissan. My
Tommy
first
and Nissan.
It was a little Nissan Micra from like, was it a 2000 or 2001 model? So it was like the little blocky one. It wasn't one of these bubbly ones.
Aye. Yeah,
it was a good little car. Cost too much to weld though. It's going to cost me 400 quid to get the bottom welded. And I only paid 350 for the car. So I'm like, nah.
So I've got some of the different spec outlets. I know how that works now. How you can just apply it to your car. It's not permanent. You can change it in and out.
Yeah.
So you don't need to buy an entire new car.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really, really good. I'm happy about that. I was worried about that. Because the one thing I hate is sitting there thinking, do I have the best car I could, or do I need to go and find the best car now? At least this way I can just barrel through the game using this one car, and that's my car.
Yeah.
So when I come up against him and the bad guy, and he's in a Bugatti Veyron, and I'm in a wee Nissan, I'm going to take you.
That's what I always did in my car. Was literally go. I didn't actually honk the horn, but I used to like love. Overtaking Land Rovers.
I think you might have genuinely stumbled on the only thing that's not there. I don't know if there's a horn in the game.
Isn't there?
I don't know. I just thought there. I don't know if I've ever actually tried to beat the horn.
I'll try it.
Yeah, I will.
Just go. Me.
Yeah.
See if you can alter it to that level and make it actually sound like.
Yeah. Maybe there is. Maybe I can go to an upgrader and there'll be a horn part. You know? There is in GTA 5. You can put in. Like,
I've got a horn in
horn.
GTA 3.
Yeah. No, but you've just got a horn, right? You've just got because you can put in special. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
You spat on my face.
Not for the last time.
No, it wasn't. You've done it already twice.
Okay, sorry.
It's just that time you noticed.
Yeah, sorry. Just
so enthusiastic. You like spat on me.
Right, so you can get special ones that play music and stuff like that. The thing is, I can't cover my mouth because then you can't. So I don't.
Try and control your saliva. Saliva.
I'll control my saliva. I don't really know how to stop my saliva glands from operating. It's not really under my direct control.
Swallow the spit.
Okay. So I have learned a bit more about the mechanics of the game, and I have to say I'm really actually enjoying playing it. Just driving around. I just wish I could turn everybody else off.
I'm just imagining you at that point putting up like a clip. Oh my god, going, ooh.
What?
You know what is it, the spit thing? So, just like somebody going, like with their hand over their mouth, like.
Actually, I might put up a clip of a woman getting like a hose turned on her. But
it wasn't that bad. It was like a speck of spit.
Yeah, I actually think it was rain.
That produced out of your mouth.
No, that just came through the ceiling.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I watched it come from your mouth onto my face.
Oh man! So far I've ordered you around and then spat on you twice. So really what's happening here is I am the problem with society.
Breakthrough! He's finally realised it. That's growth. That's personal growth. The first step is admitting it.
Oh man. Right. So I have enjoyed discovering some of the mechanics, because for some reason it wouldn't let me play the missions. It stopped, and it was because I needed a dirt spec car, but I hadn't figured that out yet, because it's not necessarily that great at saying to you, "Whoa, go and get the spec, man." Dude, it's a woman who talks to you. I have no idea why she should be sounding like that. So, Skater Boy, I just managed to channel.
Was it Avril Lavigne?
Like an actor.
Skater Boy.
Like your girlfriend. Yeah.
Skater Boy, Avril Lavigne.
No, I've shut up. When I'm gone. So I figured out that's what the problem was, and got myself a dirt spec, and it's opened back up, and now I've got a performance spec, and I'm in a different part of the world now, country of America. I was in the northeast, I'm now in the south.
Did you just say country in America? Like, do you mean another...
I'm in another part
state
of the world, country of America.
Okay.
And another part of the country that is America.
I do realise there's other countries in America, by the way. I don't just think it's the US. Because I thought you were talking about the US, so that's why I was saying, why do you mean another country in the US?
And another part of the country that is America.
Alright, okay.
The wind.
What was that? That sounded like a door open. That sounded like a door opening.
That is the wind.
That was creepy.
Look, it's just angry at you not knowing what I'm talking about. The wind's on my side.
It's not my fault I zone out every now and again.
Because the wind, let's be honest, the sky spits on all of us. It's called rain.
Go to the corner. Just stand in the corner.
Go in the corner.
Go in the corner.
I'm going in the corner.
Go in the corner.
I'm going in the corner.
Go in the corner.
I'm in the corner. Can you still hear me from the corner?
No, you're going to have to come back.
Is there any water in the corner?
I'll shove it up your nose. I want to go.
All of those words were actually fine, but I have no idea why you say corner.
Corner.
In corner.
In the corner.
I'm going to Cornwall.
What?
I'm going to Cornwall.
I don't say Cornwall like that.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that all you would call. Do you like corn in the cob?
What?
Corn in the cob? Sweet corn?
Corn on the cob.
Sweet corn?
Mealies. We called them mealies when we were kids.
Yeah, but that's because your family is deranged.
They're not deranged.
So I enjoyed, just to get back to real people, I enjoyed driving around this fake America. With learning some of these new game mechanics and going to different places, because I'd never been to these parts of the map before. I'm quite enjoying it now. I'm really getting into it. And then I got invited to a group, to a crew by somebody I bumped into, literally. I was just driving around discovering stuff, and this person started following me and invited me to a crew. So I thought, right, fine, whatever. I'll give this a go. This is sort of my job now. So I gave it a go. And the guy was talking, and he realised I couldn't talk back, so he was just telling me, right, I'm just doing this and then I'm doing that. So I was like, right, screw it, I'll try again. Put the headset on and actually spoke to him, and he was American and I was not. And the conversation, I mean, I pretty much think it would have been identical if I hadn't been involved in it. And
how do you mean?
I just don't know if he was. So I'm just going to the garage to do it in my car. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll think it's great.
Oh, oddly, I remember you telling me about this.
Oddly Trumpish, actually, considering. But
Do you think it was actually Donald Trump?
Yeah, good accent if it was, but he kept saying, "It'd be great. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this. All that jazz." And I was sitting there, right, okay, fine. Aye, all right, fine. And I was laughing because I was doing donuts in front of the police, and they weren't getting out to arrest me. And I told him that, and he was just like, "I'm just doing up my car. It'll be fine." So like, really weird if I'm being honest. And then I heard something happen in the background. He had befriended me and said, "You're welcome," by the way, because he added me to his friends list.
Yeah.
He's not on mine, so I'm hoping he's disfriended me since then. And he said, right, okay, I'll show you this car in a couple of minutes. And then something happened in the background. I heard it, and he went, right, okay, I'll see you later when I'm on. I'll include you tomorrow. And I said, well, if I'm playing, yeah, but I don't know if I am. And right, okay, right, bye. And I never got the car. I waited for 20 minutes to see this guy's car, and he never showed me it. And I'm hoping that he then unfriended me because it was really kind of creepy. I've not tried that before, and just to have this guy randomly following you around.
Yeah.
It was really weird having this guy. It was really weird having this guy constantly say, you know, "Oh, you love it," and then disappear. And I just don't like it when people add me to their friends with no consultation.
Yeah, that I wouldn't like that either. I wasn't
happy about that. So if he'd been on the list, I'd have unfriended him because I don't like that. I don't think that's particularly fair.
It's the same on like Facebook or something like that. I don't like when people add me that don't know me.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that he unfriended me because he didn't like me, and I can just get on with my life. You know, you have to try these things, but see but you bump into your first attempt at it is someone like that who just creeps you out. It's weird. I mean, I honestly can't tell you if that guy was like 28 or 14. I was just totally creeped out by the whole thing. Ugh.
Do you want a hug?
No. You try to take advantage of me when I'm vulnerable.
No. I can honestly say no.
Thanks very much. But I can honestly say that I did actually enjoy playing those games. I tried a bit of Warzone and Halo 5 Mythic, which only appears at weekends. I love that. And we never succeed, but I love just trying. And me and Brian, we tried another attempt at the heist that went poorly. I'm still waiting.
Poorly.
What is that from? Oh, yeah. Indiana Jones. Yeah. But anyway, you know, that's that. I just...
Choose to ignore that bit I just said.
I just got really creeped out by that guy.
You're going to say I got really creeped out by you just
I haven't played The Crew since that guy. God, he just weirded me out. I was saying the other day that sexism in gaming last week, I've never experienced it. I've experienced creeped out in gaming. Oh, I hate it. Blah. Anyway. I mean, I normally don't play games. I don't like to play games and have the chat on at the same time if I'm playing something for story purposes.
Yeah.
Because it takes me out of the immersion. And immersion is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
That guy didn't just take me out of the immersion. He seemed to be trying to literally abduct me.
Well, you're still here.
Am I? Is this real?
I don't actually know.
If I turn round, will his gamer tag be behind me?
Surprise, I'm him. I've been lying to you all this time.
Brian told me.
I'm actually a very seasonal gamer.
A very seasonal gamer.
Very seasonal.
Seasoned is the
gamer.
word.
I said seasoned.
No, you said seasonal.
I thought I said seasoned. Oh well.
But Brian was making fun, like, don't answer the door. Don't go outside for the next few days. If you see anybody pull up with a white van, phone the police.
It's an unmarked white van.
He's coming for you. See if I'd love you. Person comes out in an unmarked white van and it's a really attractive woman and it's because they were using this voice synthesizer.
Would you actually go then?
No, I wouldn't. That's even creepier. Anyway, I'd probably be one of 3 men worldwide who were straight. But anyway. So yeah, there'll be more stories about these games next week when I actually get a chance to properly play them.
Yes.
Because there's been a lot of other maintenance to do.
Yes, real life has gotten in the way.
Yeah.
Hedges. Grass.
I got the hedges in my eyes when I cut them. Like bits of tree.
Why don't you wear safety
I
goggles?
did.
You need better safety goggles.
Well, no, because they have to have some vent to let the air out. Unfortunately, this piece of tree, which was actually included like leaves and like xylem and phloem, went right in my eye. I could see it floating around in there while I was cutting the trees. The pain was quite intense.
Mm.
But I just keep going because I compartmentalised.
Okay.
I was just realising you probably... See, if you're ever in physical pain, do you keep doing something or do you immediately stop?
I immediately stop.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So
Depends on what kind of pain it is. I mean,
Blind-
there's certain types of pain I just have to push through.
Blindingly sharp pain in the eyes?
No, I would stop
Right,
and
okay.
wash it out.
Right, okay.
Because that's how I was taught. That's how I was told. I was like, if you get something in your eye, don't keep going. Go wash it out.
Yeah, so was I, but I didn't have anything to wash it out with.
You get like a little egg cup and you fill it with water and you go...
Yeah, I know, but I was... I get it, but I was busy doing something, so I needed to finish that, so I just...
Please tell me you were almost finished the actual job when you got that in your eye.
No, there was about another hour and a half. No, hour.
Why didn't you stop and just come in and wash your eye?
Because after a couple of moments, it blinked itself out.
Oh, okay, then I thought you meant you went the entire time and just...
No, it was a few minutes of discomfort.
Oh,
But it
men.
eventually watered itself out.
Men.
Sexist.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are a lot of women out there that don't go every time they're in discomfort.
Of course.
You're not one of them.
I don't know. I think I have quite a high tolerance for pain.
You complain about me all the time.
Yeah, you're a different kind of pain.
So yeah, that's all I've been doing. I think we'll quickly move on to the piece of news that we have and then call it. So the news, we've got one piece of news this week and it's regarding The Witcher. The Witcher, massive video game series.
Yes.
Franchise license was bought by CD Projekt Red from the writer of the books.
Yeah, because you told me that it was based on books. I didn't even know that.
They bought it for $9,500.
When was that they bought the rights for?
Well, the game originally came out, I think, in 2007.
Right.
So it must have been
Roughly then.
maybe as early as 2006, but I think it was 2007. So it must have been about the time
Of the Great War.
It must have been about the time of King Zastria. The beginning of his reign. The middle of the 14th century. So since then, the games have... there's 3 games made with some DLCs, which are games in themselves, considering CD Projekt Red treat that with respect.
Mm-hmm.
And they've sold over 20 million copies.
Yeah.
And pardon me, the writer of the franchise, Mr. Andrei Shadkowski, has repeatedly put down the games, or indirectly or directly slated them.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Going through puberty again.
Yeah. It's just interesting if you take into account the fact he's the original writer, and you'd think that interesting and a bit strange, but the reason is, as I've just stated, he sold the rights for $9,500, so he
Which is not a lot.
doesn't... Well, no, that's not the point. The point is he doesn't get any royalties, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have any reason to big up the games.
Yeah.
He has since admitted this in an interview with Eurogamer some years ago. He said that he rejected an offer for a... This is what he admitted, not that he admitted that he doesn't like them. He admitted that he rejected an offer for a percentage of the profits and instead asked for money. He now says that was stupid, but that he made that decision because he didn't think the games were going to make any profit. He's admitted that that was a mistake, but he just didn't believe in the games.
Yeah.
Now Mr. Andrei Shadkowski is now suing CD Projekt Red for $16 million American. The grounds are that the original agreement only extended to the first game and not the subsequent releases. So essentially he's saying that the release of those games was illegal. The author's lawyers have stated that a settlement would be possible. Interesting. CD Projekt Red have responded by saying, and this is a quote, "In the company's opinion, the demands expressed in the notice are groundless with regard to their merit as well as the stipulated amount. The company had legitimately and legally acquired copyright to Mr. Andrei Sapkowski's work." They went on to say that they wish to maintain a good relationship with the authors whose works they utilise, so they will try to reach an amicable resolution, but, and I quote again, "any such resolution must be respectful of previously expressed intents of both parties as well as existing contracts." Which sounds to me like no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Interestingly, the author of the Metro books, Dmitry Glukhovsky, I've played the Metro games and we spoke about them, I think, on the very, very first podcast with ShadowCast. We spoke about Metro Exodus, which was a game about moving across Russia using a train.
I honestly can't remember.
Well, the books are based about, it's post-apocalyptic Russia, and people live in the metro system under St. Petersburg.
Right.
So that's why they're called Metro 2033, 34 and 35 are the ones I've seen. So I really like the games.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were called Last Light or First Light? And Metro 2033. And now we've got Metro Exodus.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. I just really like these games. They're sort of scary game that I can deal with because it's not horror, it's just like, that's scary because that thing will actually take my face off. It's not a jump scare. If that thing jumps, it's killing me. But you've got a massive machine gun, so you can do something about it. Sort of like fighting the flood in Halo. So he chimed in. I don't think it was directly. I think he was just doing an interview and somebody brought it up. I don't think this is like a press release. He weighed in and he said that with respect to Sapkowski's opinion, and the opinion he's referring to where the Sapkowski, the writer of the Witcher books, doesn't believe that the games increased his readership, that they didn't get.
Right.
And Dmitry Glukhovsky, writer of the Metro books, like I said, his opinion is that Sapkowski is completely wrong, and neither of them would have broken into the West nor had such large readership levels without the attention that the games connected to their work created. He also disagreed that games can't have impactful narratives, because Sapkowski suggested that compared with written literature, games can't have proper stories, basically. And that's nonsense. Obviously they can. They're different from books, but so's movies, so's stage.
Yes.
So's poetry. So it's
a form of storytelling and entertainment. A game can have a good story.
Yeah, for sure. An impactful story as
yes.
well. Impactful narrative. I think part of his point was that you can't use fancy words. You can't stretch the use of the linguistics, basically. You can't have like a V for Vendetta speech full of different fanciful words, and I think that's nonsense. You just have to write a character that does it.
Yeah.
I think, in all honesty, the first game did very well. 600,000 copies were sold of The Witcher 1 when it was a PC-only game. And I think he's immediately sat there and thought, oh no.
Yeah, this sounds like somebody who's regretted what they have done and is now trying to say that, oh, it's terrible, blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah, he's bitter. That's why he's attacked the games. He's obviously massively wrong when it comes to his readership, because we've got his books and we only have them because we've played the games.
Are the books good?
You'd have to ask Brian. I haven't read them because he made sure he played the games before he read them.
Right, so you could like
and they're not the same. It's not they're not. The game isn't like the book.
Is it like an in-name only?
It's
in quotes adaptation.
No, it's not an adaptation of the books. It just uses them as the platform.
Right. Okay.
So sort of like if you base a story on Earth, you take the Earth as your inspiration. The stories are the inspiration, but when it comes to the characters and the setting and all that lore, that's all taken directly.
Right. Okay.
So the books, I think, and the games are set in roughly the same world. But they're not directly related, and they are not the same thing.
Right here. Okay. I think I got you, yeah.
Similar, I suppose.
So I suppose, like, say The Wolf Among Us and all fairy tales.
No, I would say
okay.
more. There's books about Mass Effect. There's books about Halo. There's books about Assassin's Creed. They're not normally the books of the games. Like,
Not following, sorry.
well, you've got Halo, the game, and then
Right.
you've got Halo First Strike, which is a book set between Halo 1 and Halo 2.
Okay.
So it's not the story of the game.
So someone's written a novel based on Halo.
Yes, but it's not actually the story of either game. It's actually a separate story that adds to the
But
world.
it's like in that world. It's set in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that, yes.
So...
Not totally stupid.
Yeah. I know.
Don't smirk.
I'm not smirking, I'm just... I realised that you've not read the Halo books nor played the Halo games, so that explanation... it will help everybody else understand that I was correct, but they probably already knew that, so I don't really know. Like, I was not explaining it badly, basically.
No, he was just forgetting that he was explaining to someone who's never played a Halo game or had read a Halo book.
It's kind of difficult. We're essentially speaking different languages when we try to use culture
Words.
references. Well, you're speaking American, I'm speaking Scottish, so you know. No, it's when you try to use cultural references, it's difficult when the other person doesn't have the same ones as you.
Yes, I can understand that, yes.
So I've just got to do the best I can, and at least if I do it correctly...
Oh, it's so tiring. I've got to do the best I can because I'm working with someone who's an absolute idiot. It's so tiring. Why doesn't she know anything?
If you're waiting for me to disagree, I think the best thing you could do is explain why you don't know anything. The chair has spoken.
Because I never had an Xbox.
The chair has spoken! So, what's your opinion on this story of these two?
It just sounds like one is... I can't pronounce their names, unfortunately.
Andrei Sapkowski.
Yeah, I'll just do the author of the Witcher series. It sounds like he's bitter, and he's just trying to badmouth the games.
I still don't understand why, because he has sold more books because of it.
Yes, but it's not as much as he could have made.
Yeah, I know, but that complete denial of reality just because he's not entirely happy.
Yes, but some people, that's what some people's reaction is. It's human nature. It's human psyche. Not everybody's going to think the same way as you do.
Correctly. There must be some people that think
you some things you think are incorrect. So shock, surprise, they are incorrect. You don't know all.
I do have a retort to this.
Here we go.
The chair has spoken.
I honestly thought you were going to come back with something else there. But no, it's the chair has spoken. But has he said anything? Words came out, but has he actually said anything?
Well, the chair has spoken. I am correct, therefore I'm not incorrect, therefore you are incorrect in stating I am incorrect.
He is incorrect on some things, trust me.
I think he is upset, and
Of course.
that's what he's annoyed at himself. I don't think that gives him any but here's the question I'm asking you, is the validity of his argument. Does he actually deserve more? Because they have made a lot of money. Just because he sold it for a rubbish price, does that mean that's all it's worth? Does he not have the right to renegotiate?
I think he should have the right to renegotiate.
See, I disagree.
Because something similar happened with Marvel when they sold the rights to Spider-Man. They sold it for virtually nothing, and I think they actually went to court, and I think Marvel won. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Right.
But the thing is that they didn't know just how big that was going to get.
But the point is that they sold it for next to nothing and then repurchased it, right?
Yeah.
They got it back. He's not trying to get it back. He just wants more money for it. I think the problem you've got here is he's sold it. it's not a case of it being leased and they're renegotiating because it turns out it's worth more money. You know, your right to renegotiate is a contract. You're not allowed to renegotiate a sale after the price has been agreed and you've sold it. That's the problem I'm seeing. You know?
Yeah.
There's a right to renegotiate a contract, but this isn't a contract. This is, you've sold it. There's a contract involved in that technically, but it's already done. Both sides have met their obligations and it's long gone. It's not active. You've got a right to renegotiate an active contract. I don't know if you have a right to renegotiate a long expended one. I'm pretty certain there would have been some sort of legal loophole that allowed Marvel to get Spider-Man back.
I can't remember. It's a difficult one.
But I just don't see anything here.
It's an unfair one, I should say, I think, in the long run. Because nobody knew just how big the series was going to get.
And he was offered percentage royalties and said no, because he didn't think... That's the thing
that
for me.
That confused me.
He didn't believe the games would do well.
No, but even if you believe that the games don't do well, if someone's offering you a percentage, take it.
Compared to just $9,500, yeah. But that's sort of the point that we're getting at here, is that he's not being duped. You know, they've not said, oh, it's just worth $9,000 and it turns out it was worth more. He was offered a percentage, the standard practice, so that you get a fair return, so that you're not underselling something. And he turned it down and said, no, you're not going to do well from this. I want my money now. I think that he has tried to remove the risk from the whole thing. He took a gamble. It didn't work. He's not been taken advantage of. There's no fraud. There's no hoodwinking. There's no treating him unfairly. He chose to sell it at that. I just can't see where his argument is here.
I don't know.
But, you know.
Maybe he needed the money at the time. You don't know.
No, that's not the argument being made.
But I'm saying maybe that's why he chose not to.
There's nothing about it. This makes me think that. That's what I'm saying. But he maybe he's right though. Maybe it was technically only one game, and none of the other stuff.
Will he have some claim to the Witcher TV series, or is that the game?
I think he has. This is annoying. Without the games, you don't have the Witcher TV series, and I think he is getting paid royalties for that.
Okay. From
what I've heard, he is. So it's a bit ridiculous. This is basically this is how he's being fed, right? This is how he's making his money. These games have raised awareness of his product, and it's making him money, and now he's trying to squeeze more out of them. I don't like it. I don't know the ins and outs. He could be right, in which case, if he did actually just sell it for one game and they've done this, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I think this isn't the case. He's looked for a loophole to get himself more money because he made a mistake. I think it's the way that he's bitterly attacked them in the past is just pathetic.
I don't know anything about past.
Like he's said in the past, he wished he hadn't sold the license, and he made it sound like he just didn't like the games.
Right.
Turns out it's because he sold it for the wrong price. That's just
it's sad.
It's wrong. He's treating people who have done him good wrong, as far as I'm concerned. I don't like that.
No.
What's your opinion?
Pretty much the same thing.
The chair is.
There's nothing you've said that I can really add to.
Okay.
Are you happy with that? The first time ever when you've asked my opinion and I've said something, you've not questioned it.
Well, you've just said you agree with me. Well, yeah. You came. No, you did. You added the Netflix thing. Remember?
Yeah.
And I remembered that that doesn't happen without the games.
No.
You don't get somebody like Henry Cavill in it without the games.
No.
So it's a different thing now. It's a different beastie, and I think he's treating the people who've done him such good badly. And following on from the transphobia event, which didn't ever happen, thank you. for CD Projekt Red. I feel like defending them because they're good people.
Yeah.
The way they treat their fan base is good. You know, they don't deserve this nonsense that's coming their way right now. So that's why I wanted to talk about it.
And is there anything else you want to talk about today? No.
That's the only piece of news, remember?
Yes, but I just thought maybe...
Oh, apart from you brought up that UK-wide FIFA esports tournament that's just started, or is going to start.
Oh, so are we actually going to be talking about this?
No, I was just going to say, I hope that dies.
Well, on that cheery note, shall we maybe say goodbye to everybody?
I hate FIFA.
Okay, folks, thank you very much for listening today.
I hate EA.
If you'd like to leave a comment below, that would be much appreciated. We'd answer all comments, if we get any.
It's UK-wide, but
if you could like and subscribe to this chat, likes the video and subscribe to the channel, that would be absolutely fantastic.
It's just below the video.
Yeah.
I hope they don't put videos up of this.
All the details on how you can...
Please like and subscribe below the video, and all our contact information is in the description below. You can also follow us on Facebook at overshadow.shadowcast, and you can email us at overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com.
Thank you for that. So
you're
all
supposed to be the tech wizard.
So all this, yeah, but you don't tell me anything.
The chair has spoken.
I'm not even allowed to see the agenda until the day of recording.
Yeah, well, that's not because it's written the day of recording.
Exactly. And I don't, and you've not even told me, you've not even sent me the link to anything, so I don't know what any addresses are.
What do you mean?
I don't know any of the addresses off by heart.
You can read them.
I know, but I don't.
The chair has spoken.
The chair is starting to annoy me, so I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Would you like to say goodbye, Tommy?
The chair says goodbye.
So does Tommy. So...
Thank you for listening. We hope you can join us next week.
Yes, when we're going to be talking about even more interesting things. We'll see if I continue with GTA 3 or if Tommy said it's going to explode at the thought of me never playing it again. That'd be interesting.
Look, we bought a patio for a reason. That's where you're going if you don't finish GTA 3. Right. So we'll see you next week.
Yes. Goodbye,
I hope
everybody.
you've had as much fun as we have. And
please keep listening.
As we shall now finish all podcasts with the well-known prayer, the chair has spoken.
The chair's about to get a slap in the face.
The chair has spoken. End the podcast. The chair has spoken.
No, I'm going to keep it going for a little bit longer.
End the podcast when you feel like it. The chair has spoken.
Bye.